literally just what I picked up just now, like a 16 Pro Max. There's like 200 profit, another 15, 300 profit, and another one, also 300 profit. Like my day just started and I literally made like, I don't know, like $700, $800, $900. Last week, 2,500. This week, probably like 3K.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
What's up, fam? In today's video, we spoke to Ennis, who was struggling to crack $2,000 a month in profit for his first 7 months of flipping phones until he started working with me. And in just his first week of flipping phones like how I showed him, he made $2,500. Let's get right into his story.
So I started in Germany, like phone flipping, and it was just like basic outreach, but people there, like they don't really use iPhones and shit. So I just tried it for like a few months and it didn't work out like at all. And after that, like I went to Australia, and then all of a sudden I just saw like that there would be like very good potential with it. So I pretty much just like started out like any other phone flipper too. So just like basic outreach on marketplace and everything. And I made like 2K AUD, which is like, I don't know, like 1.5K in USD or whatever. So I made like that much, but it was like very stagnant. So like I'd never really made much more. Just like every month was the same. So after some time, I literally was just like, fuck this shit. Like it doesn't really make sense for me. Because I just saw so many people just like making so much money on the internet and everything. And I was like, bro, this shit is not even working, you know? And then I actually quit. And then I just got like into like skating clothing brands and everything with like ads. And afterwards, I was just like, I might just like give it one more shot. And then I just like tried reselling again. And then I got the help of this guy here. And then with my ads, like pretty much like they performed like for the first 2 days, like a bit shit because it was just like warming up and everything with your pixel. But after that, like it was booming. So like this last week was my first week running ads, and I made I can actually see it on here. I made $2,530 in AUD, which is like pretty much like 2K in USD. My first week. Before that, I pretty much made that like in a whole month. So like that has been a game changer, to be honest. But yeah.
Real quick, I just dropped my Resell Maxx program, and it's designed to get you from 0 to 10K a month flipping phones as fast as possible. It's everything I wish I had when I started out. And if I would have had something like this when I started out, I probably would have hit 10K months in like the first 6 months of me doing this. If you don't know, it took me about 2 years to get to that point. And the only way to get good information back in the day about phone flipping is to pay $1,000 to $3,000 for a course. Resell Maxx is very affordable, and they also provide a guarantee. So if you're not able to make your money back within the first month, I'll just give you your money back. If you're someone that just wants to learn everything on your own and doesn't care that it might take you a year to really figure this stuff out, I have a free Skool community that has a bunch of really good information. And the links for both of those are in the description below.
That's pretty. I mean, that's awesome, man. So just to kind of summarize what you've said so far, you started doing it in Germany, and it didn't really work. No iPhones. It's not really a great market in Germany, which is good to know. And then you moved to Australia, more iPhones, more opportunity there, and you mainly started kind of doing Facebook outreach, and you'd be stuck making like $1,000, $2,000, a month. Yeah, and that's pretty. That's why I tell everybody, like Facebook Marketplace, you can make like decent money, like $1,000, $2,000 a month, depending on where you live. Sometimes even more, $3,000, $4,000 a month. But for one, it's a lot of work, and two, it's not very scalable because there's only so many people in your market. But it's a great way to get started because you kind of learn the game. Like you learn how to negotiate, you learn how to reach out and hustle. But obviously, that doesn't really get you very far over a long period of time, right? And so after that, you kind of realize that, and you're like, oh, no, Resell doesn't really work. You didn't know about ads, so you go and then go work with clothing brands, and you kind of learn how to run ads there. And then you're like, okay, let me try that again. And then, you found success, which is funny because back when I first started, I kind of started in a similar way. I did like wholesale. So I started out like buying from a company and then selling, and I make like 20, 30 bucks a piece. And then like Facebook Marketplace outreach and stuff. I'm like, man, this doesn't really work. Like, I was wanting to make 5, 10K a month. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna quit. So I went to go sell like solar. I went to go sell solar. I was a door-to-door salesman. I did a couple other things, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and give reselling a shot now that I have a little bit more experience under my belt, a little older. And then as soon as I got right back into it, I started running ads like right after. I didn't really know what I was doing, but thankfully, I kind of got lucky and did them right the first time and kind of took off from there. You said you started running ads, and then how long until you found me? Because I remember we talked and I kind of answered a couple of the questions.
And by the way, like I literally found this guy like 2.5 weeks ago. Like this shit is not scripted or something. Like I got all the chat logs. Like I literally just like found his like YouTube video one time. I just looked at it and he was talking about ads, because the thing is, before I tried to run ads for myself and it wasn't too bad, to be honest. But still, like there were like I just made like a few tweaks that were just like needed to be made. So like to get better lead quality, because so many people are also just like kind of focused on getting to the point where it's like, all right, my cost per result is like the lowest, but it also depends like what kind of people are like hitting you up. Because if in the end of the day it's just like iPhone XRs or whatever, like it doesn't help you it doesn't help you at all. So nowadays, like for instance, like I can literally show you like excuse my fucking swimming shorts and shit, but this is literally just what I picked up. This is literally just what I picked up just now, like a 16 Pro Max. This like 200 profit. Then also another 15 back and front screen smash completely, 300 profit, and another one the exact same, also 300 profit. Like my day just fucking started and I literally made like, I don't know, like $700-$800, so like
What time is it
completely
over there for you?
it's like 2:45 currently, and I still got like a few more meetups. Like I'm overwhelmed with like how many phones I'm getting currently. So it's like really like it's a complete game changer, and I'd like to try to run it for myself. I even saw like how much I spent, but there were just like a few things that I just like kind of did wrong. I also didn't really let them run for too much, so I just kind of lost hope in a sense. But after some time, I just realized like because I hit up like some other resellers and shit that were just like selling them for like some courses for like 3K or whatever, and I was like, I don't even got the fucking money. That's why I'm doing reselling. Like I can't just like buy a course now. So
Yeah.
then like I literally hit him up and I was just like very grateful. So I think he just like kind of appreciated that, and like he literally helped me with everything. And I mean, I got all the proof. Like it literally just started like last week. I was consistent with my content and everything, so I'm always just like doing testimonials and reviews and putting this on my story, which is also like very important. And yeah, like ever since then, like my day has been fucking crazy. Like I get too many phones nowadays, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. And one thing I want to say, you hit me up and I kind of knew like you were just right there, because a lot of times what happens like with the people, as you know, I've seen that are successful and any endeavor is like usually they already are doing the thing that they're trying to
Yeah.
do before you go out and find help. Like the same with me. Like, if I want to do something, I'm just gonna be like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna sit there and try to learn everything. I'm gonna already do it. And then once I actually do it and know like, that I'm doing something wrong, like I'm failing, then I go and find help and someone helps. And so it's funny because I kind of could tell that you were going to be successful. I mean, I didn't think you'd see results this fast. This is kind of, I've seen this happen in a couple of different people, but usually this isn't very common. Like you don't really see the type of success you see that often. But there's a couple things you can kind of take from your story, which is like he's being consistent with like every day he hits me up. He's like, I'm doing this, I'm testing this, I'm trying this. He's staying focused. Like he's staying focused on one thing at a time. And that's so important. And it's very admirable because most people, like, especially in today's day and age, you have so much access to all these different things to do, so much information, and it's hard to be focused. You're usually distracted. Like, oh, I want to try drop shipping. I want to try wholesaling reels. You just want to try everything, and so he's just been focused. I think that's one thing that you guys can take from him. Obviously, running ads and kind of learning the methods and stuff behind it. But the biggest thing is that he's a go-getter and that he's focused. And that's a great skill. That's a great, not even a skill, but like a quality to have as a person. You'll be successful in anything if you really develop that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he learned ads. A lot of people are probably curious right now. You're in Australia. It's a little bit different of a market. Kind of explain like the process of how you have direct buyers. How are you selling all this?
So for me, it's like still, it's not even the most optimal way currently, but I literally just like through my ads, somebody like hit me up and just like wanted to buy like a few phones. And like this was, I gotta be honest, like complete luck, because like for instance, in the US, you just have way more direct buyers, private buyers and everything. Because at the first time, like when I just like started doing basic outreach, I just like pretty much just always did it back on Facebook Marketplace and so many messages. But after some time in your business structure, if you run ads and everything profitably, your constraint is not getting phones anymore. It's like really selling. So currently I just got this one guy who's like a verified like reseller and everything on Resell, and he's giving me like very good prices. He's like buying all of these phones. Like I couldn't sell them otherwise. Like, I mean, if everything's damaged or like password locked or whatever, like I couldn't have bought it before. And now this is like literally $600 that I made, because otherwise I literally couldn't have done it. And this is pretty much like where all of my stock nowadays goes. Local buyers are definitely also good, like some phone shops, but you always just like gotta make sure that you're getting like still good money and just like build these relationships too, I'd say. And another thing also is really just like he said, it's like you got to stick with it, because if you just kind of dilute your attention too much, so you want to do this, you want to do this, you want to do this, you will not be profitable anywhere. But if you just like really focus, because this is something I've like completely learned from like Alex Hormozi, most probably know him, but it's like really if you just like focus on that one thing, then it will work out. Because I was phone flipping since February in Australia, and then we got November, and like I did like pretty much for 7 months. It's like apart from that ad scaling phase, I did always like 2K, so like 1.5K in USD, and I didn't give up because I just knew like there had to be a way or whatever, and I was kind of like reluctant to get help because like everybody just like wanted so much upfront and everything. So I was just like not very sure on how to do it. But now I got my buyers, now I got my supply, like I got everything pretty much, and I'm making like life changing money for me, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's awesome. So in the US, it's pretty easy to find buyers. I mean, you have all the direct buyers in the world. I mean, I provide a lot of those like just in public, like, you know, it's pretty easy. But in like markets in Australia, I was kind of surprised that, you know, you had, you know, access to being able to sell those types of phones, because it's kind of harder over there because there's not as many buyers and there's not that many people doing it that like are on YouTube kind of telling people, giving people free sauce. So if you had to replicate the way you found buyers so far in anything else, like any other country or any area similar to yours, how would you tell those people to kind of find those buyers?
Um, it's a bit of a tricky question, because just like I said, I also got like very lucky. But the best thing that I did, like that was pretty much like he also saw my ads before, but that was not when he hit me up. It was actually like I did like a listing where I just like put it like very, very cheap for like an iPhone 13 that was also damaged. So I just like kind of wanted to test the waters. And like after like 1 minute, I instantly got a message which was like sold, oh, 100% buy, where are you now? And so like a very, very basic reseller script. So I like instantly knew, all right, this guy is definitely flipping phones and everything. So like bait listings was like pretty much my way to go. There are definitely like some other ways, maybe like something like flyers or something. I haven't really tried it, or even maybe ads for like finding people who could buy off of you. But like if you're in the US, you don't really got to deal with that, to be honest. Enough like direct and local buyers and everything. But if you're in like in another market, I would really say try to like do some bait listings. I'm gonna be like completely upfront. If you live like in an area with like, I don't know, 30K people, you will probably not find anybody else. But if you're like in a rather bigger city, let's say like 400K or up, like there will definitely be other people who are doing the exact same shit, because it's like very, very profitable. Like especially now with like Q4, iPhone 17 Pro Max, like nobody would like sell me a 16 Pro Max if it would be the newest thing out. So it's just like so much volume currently. And yeah, pretty much just like I found him through that way. And he actually wanted to drive off, and then I was just like, hold on, wait, like do you resell and everything? And then we just like kind of build a relationship like off the rip. And now we're like making consistent business. I'm supplying him with like 5 phones like every 2 or 3 days. So it's like very good for both of us, I'd say.
Yeah. So basically a strategy here summed up is like, if you don't really have access to buyers in your country, what you should do is like try to get as much exposure as you can, which the best way for that, the best free way for that is like, you know, Facebook or Kijiji or OfferUp, whatever kind of Facebook marketplace like platform there is in your area. Just post like, you know, phones, cheap phones, just whatever, to get as much exposure as you can. And a lot of times you'll find a buyer. Like you can do it anywhere. Like I've done that same exact method to find like wholesale buyers and stuff. And it works. So that's some free sauce for you guys right there. Like if your guys are looking for buyers, that's one of the best ways to go about it. Is just like putting up bait listings, what we call them, and trying to find people to just come and try to buy the phone. So that's one of the best ways to go about it. Unfortunately, if you're in another country, you're probably not going to be able to find like the direct buyers that we have in the US, but there are ways to go around that and fix that. I mean, obviously you've been pretty damn successful with it so far.
Yeah. And especially also, if I can just like add on to that, as soon as you're running ads, because I was running ads beforehand, like I didn't really know, like, all right, would I even be able to find a direct buy or whatever? But like, I was just confident that if I have so much exposure and pretty much everybody in the city has already seen my face wherever, like on IG Reels or Facebook or wherever, I was just so confident that after some time there will definitely be somebody, because like I can already tell if you are in like a rather bigger city, there will always 100% be at least one or two people that will be willing to buy off of you. So if you're already running ads and you're not like, or before you're running ads and you think like, oh shit, I don't even know how to sell it anyways, you would still be making good money even without buying these types of phones. Because like even without him, I could still probably make like 4 or 5K like each month with like very little work. But whenever you're like in a bigger city and running ads, you'll definitely find your people. Like I'm 100% sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Okay. So we talked about running ads so far. We've talked about outreach. We talked about how to get the phones. We've talked about how to sell them. Talk to the people about like what are you doing during your meetups, and then how are you getting your referrals? Like what are you doing after the meetups?
So I think personally it's very important that you seem trustworthy and everything. So that's like the first step to it. Because if people don't trust you anyways, they'll be very reluctant to meet up and everything. So that's the first thing. So building my IG page was very helpful. And then whenever people come to me, it's also just like having a positive attitude. Like even if I'm stressed as shit, I'll still smile. I'll still like not being fake or just like trying to fight something, but just like I'm honestly just like that way. I just like to, I don't know, engage with people. So you don't just like you get in the phone and saying like, is that the 16 Pro Max? And then you check it out. You don't talk for 5 minutes. You got to do some small talk. What do you do for work? Yeah, weather's been shit, weather's been good and everything. So kind of just like build that relationship, because whenever there's also like a problem that they have noticed, or because then most of the time people themselves, they don't really know that much about them. So if the battery's drained or whatever, they personally just do not know. They don't really care that much about it. So then whenever you also bring something up and you're just like saying, hey, I just wasn't aware that the battery needs to be changed. I need to deduct like 50, 80, whatever you need to deduct. You can also deduct a little bit more. Like you can always just like feel that by person. And then they're also like way more open to just like say, honestly, just like I'm totally fine with that, because they simply do not care that much about this $50. I mean, obviously it's stacking for you, but if you're losing $50, then you can just like grab that cash out and that person already sees it and get those like endorphins running and shit. Then you already know, like that person is probably gonna say yes. And if you already kind of feel that somebody's like not really down to like go down in price, you should not be in a state where you really need to rely on those people. Because like if you have those ads running and they're performing like very well, you're like pretty much in an abundant state. Like I don't take deals anymore where I'm like, ah shit, he's probably not gonna be able to go down even if he doesn't tell me something. So I'll just like tell him, all right, next up, because you don't want to be in a state where you can only get like one phone a day and that's like 100 profit. So you really want to just like get to that point. So deductions are very important. Whenever there's something wrong, don't be shy. Actually tell them what is going on. Explain it to them. Every single person told me they very much appreciate how much I get into detail. So I just like always explain them, all right, this is wrong. You didn't tell me before. So you can just like give them a quote beforehand, and then like doing some small talk with them. And the last thing that I always do, which helped me like $600 last week, literally just like asking them, do you have any more Macs or iPads or iPhones? And if you do not have them, you can always just like tell your friends. For instance, yesterday, $200 with a referral. I paid her $20 because she just told me, yeah, I'll tell my friends. And just pretty much like $180 profit for nothing. So I just always offer them, if you can refer somebody to me and we make a deal, $20 extra for you. And it's a no-brainer. It's like a turn, like 10x, So these are like the 3 steps: deductions, being nice in person, and referrals.
Okay, so you're asking for referrals, basically like, hey, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Refer me to a couple of your friends. If you do, and we do a deal, I'll give you $20 as kickback. And that has been working for you, right?
Like 100%.
Did you have any questions when you were kind of getting started that you would have wished were answered?
I mean, pretty much always just try to be like as good as possible as soon as possible, because I don't really like to waste time. So I just like kind of took the initiative, and just like I said, like I reach out to so many people already doing it, and really nobody, like I swear on my mother's life, like nobody was willing to help me out. If somebody was willing to help me out, they like offered me a course for like 3K. So that was not really of much help. And like just like I said, I hit him up like 2.5 weeks ago. I literally just asked him on Skool, hey, I got some questions. My Facebook ads are not really performing well. And he like one day later, I think he literally hit me up, said we can even schedule a call and everything. And I was like already like, oh shit, is he like gonna charge like $500 for it or whatever? Like he just like basically answered all my questions. And like 3 days later, I had like so many more questions because like whenever you fix some problems, there are gonna be some more problems after you got the solution for it. And he helped me again and again and again. Like our chat is long as shit, and he always just helped me. So pretty much all my questions, I gotta be honest, before running ads and everything, like he basically answered like all of them. Like, and this is not glazing, by the way. All right, this is not glazing. He literally just like answered all of them. Like, I'm being honest, bro.
No, yeah. So I guess we can kind of talk about what I do, because to be honest, like I don't like courses, I don't like gurus, like I don't really like none of that, because I kind of came up like everybody else, right? I mean, I came up watching YouTube videos, trying to figure things out on my own. And to be honest, I never even really wanted to do this. Like phone flipping for me, I make pretty good money, right? It pays the bills, but it's more of like a side hustle for me now. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to really help anybody. I guess not. I'm not really going to mentor anybody on how to flip phones. Like it's not worth my time. So the way I'm going to make it kind of worth my time to help people out, and you know, I love seeing people like you succeed. Like I love seeing go-getters succeed, man. And so what I want to do is, so we're starting a community. I know you're already in the Ennis, you're already in there. So we're gonna have a community full of other like-minded resellers for people to kind of ask questions, bounce ideas off of, show what wins, show what works, and shows what doesn't work. I also have my free Skool community with a lot of, you know, awesome free info. Like, you know, I teach you well how to run Facebook ads in that community for free. I guess Facebook ads is a little bit more nuanced than what I just teach, but again, you know, we can always hop on a call or whatever. But if you are a part of my Resell Maxx program or software, which kind of just helps you run your entire business, you get all of that as well. It's $100 a month. It's more than worth it, especially if you're making money, you know, doing it. And I wouldn't recommend anybody to join unless they've already are making money phone flipping. But yeah, so it's $100 a month. If you want to join, you can. If not, and you want to figure everything out, you can. I remember like kind of like what Ennis was saying is like, you know, he was doing it in February and he was kind of reluctant to pay to get any more information. I mean, it makes sense. Like it was the same for me. Like I never really paid for information, but it also took me 2 years to kind of get to the point where Ennis got, you know, it took me forever. Right. And so it can be a good thing. My thing is like, I want to provide value, right? I wish I could do it for free, but honestly, I don't have the time. And, you know, since I don't have the time, I have to make it worth my time. I'm not going to charge out the ass for it. You know, it's $100 a month and you get, I mean, you know, I pay $100 a month to be in communities just like that when I started as well. So it's like you get that plus software plus, you know, mentorship from me, like answering any of the questions that I have or that you have. And so yeah, that's kind of the situation where we're at now. And yeah, I'm excited to kind of get more stories like yours in this, because you know, a lot of you guys that watch me up are go-getters, man. You know, it's always good to see you guys succeed, and a lot of times you just need that one little push or that one little piece of advice, those couple questions answered, and then y'all are good, y'all are golden, y'all are on your way to, you know, kind of accomplishing a really big milestone, which I mean, you're almost on your way to 2K or 10K months already. What, your week, how much did you make?
Last week 2,500. This week probably like 3K.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, bro. Excuse my language, but that's pretty damn good, you know. So so yeah, I hope you guys got some value from this. Do you want to leave them off with anything, Ennis?
I'll really just say, if you're not serious about this and if you treat it like really just like as a side hustle, this will probably not help you out. But those that are actually serious about it, just like me or other people who are just like really looking for some help, I definitely just recommend it. I mean, I can always just like talk about my own story, like how fucking fast all of that changed. But pretty much, if you're serious about it, I would really give it a good thought, and that's pretty much all I can say.
And I want to leave you guys off with this. Like, if you guys aren't convinced to start or scale phone flipping, I just want to say, like, the skills that it builds up are very valuable. Like, you get to learn negotiating, you get to learn how to run ads, which is like, you know, it's pretty valuable skill to learn. How to multiply your money by spending money, you know, learning how to advertise is pretty good thing to learn. You know how to market, you learn how to advertise, you learn how to negotiate, you learn how to sell, you learn how to network. And those are all like the most important skills to learn, right? And so I want you guys to shift your mindset from trying to make as much money as humanly possible in this business and to learn as many skills as possible by using this business. So instead of going into this thinking like, oh, I want to make 10K a month phone flipping, you should go into it. I want my goal is to learn how to make 10K a month phone flipping, but I'm using phone flipping as the vehicle to get me to be a skilled person where I'm a marketer. I know how to advertise. I know how to create content that converts. I know how to network. You want to use phone flipping as a vehicle for you to become a skilled entrepreneur instead of making a bunch of money. Okay. And so that's kind of what I want to leave you guys off with. It's 11:06 for me. It's been a long day. I've been working about 15 hours today, so I'm about to hop off of this. But yeah, this was a great call, Ennis. I'm excited for your future, man. And I hope you guys got some value from this. See y'all later.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.